What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you again. So we got one on deck for you here. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. This is strictly a product review of my own personal equipment. All right, so let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So, all right, let's get into it. So as you can see from the title, this is all about that 226 redeeming itself. It was a day of redemption. So we got that bad boy out. If you're following the channel, you know the initial outing was a little bumpy. Had some issues, had some light primer strikes. It was jamming, wouldn't go all the way in the battery. End up, in the end, chalking it up to ammo. So didn't make any changes to the gun. We also had an ammo issue. An optic issue. The dot was moving around. So changed the screws on that. Got that locked down. So felt we had that resolved. So this was kind of a test and tune. Make sure everything was intact. And we had a couple of pieces. So star of the show, obviously, is that new 226. That's the X5 Reserve. That's that polished model. So this bad boy comes equipped with the lock grips. I put a Vortex on there, Defender XL, and we put the Hollison PID on there. But that's all I've done to this bad boy, and that is all it's going to get. So initial outing, like I say, was a little rugged. So this was the day for, let me go ahead and clear, my bad. Empty. Weapon is empty. Safe direction. Put that mag back in for a static. All right, so we ran this bad boy to make sure it was on track. We also took with us the XP Pro. So this is our Fusion Firearms XP Pro PVD edition. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Safe direction. All right, so on this one here, we changed the optic on this bad boy. I did have had the CNH optic on here. That's the SRO style optic. Looks just like the Omega from Gideon. So that's what I was running on here. The issue with that is the deck on that optic was pretty high, so I had no co-witness, and I like to have a co-witness if at all possible. So this Fatatu optic, I actually like this optic. This model is the 504. So they've got a few different ones. But this one is the RMR footprint 504. I like that forward leaning style on it. So switch to this here. That gives me that co-witness on here. So first order of business for this was to get it zeroed and get this bad boy lined up. So that's what we're looking at there. And then just for a comparison, I wanted to see, this is the Spectre comp. So this is my mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Back in for a static. So this is the Sig Spectre comp. And if you're familiar with this model, this is a comped model from the factory. And it comes with this tungsten infused frame. So you got a little weight to the frame here. So when I initially ran the 226, I ran it against the SIGs. Against the other 2011s, just to see kind of where it fit, if it was in that arena or what. It wasn't quite there, although it shoots extremely soft. It was not quite there. So this time I took this out because I wanted to compare it with this and kind of see where it stacks up here against this particular unit here. So first order of business is we did some zeroing. So we did the zero on here, get this lined up, put some shots down, and same with the 226. So let's jump out there, knock that out, then we'll come back in and move forward from there. First thing we're going to do is check the zero on this new dot on the XP Pro. See if we're dialed in. Let's go dead center, left target. That should be in frame. Matter of fact, let's go bottom left corner. Really tell us if we're in there. Oh yeah. Okay. like it's just slightly low. I'll bring it up just a little bit. Just barely off. Just barely. Same box. There we go. Yeah, I'd say that's on there. We'll get back to that. Also check last outing, the 226. We're having the issues with jamming and the timer strikes. I think that was purely ammo, and our optic was loose. So new screws in the optic. So let's see if this bad boy is in. I did the bore sight 0. So let's stay on that left target. We're gonna go bottom right corner. Let's see how we're dialed in here. It should be in frame. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yes, I oh yeah. I think we're in there. Oh. Oh yeah, and running smooth. Ammo wise, this here is just standard full metal jacket, 115 grain. So went back to basics just to make sure that we don't have any ammo issue. And I think this is, I don't remember the name on this, but it's not American Sportsman. It's not remanufactured. It's regular ammo. So it looks like we are dead. Let's go back to that same target. Dead center. Yeah. So we are in there. Optic seems to be rock solid. It's not moving on us. So the screws seem to have done that. All right. So minor adjustment on the optics. I use that CV Life bore sight in-house to dial those in before getting to the range. So when you get to the range, as you can see, you're pretty close. Just minor adjustments. So that's good. So the 226, you can see that bad boy is dialed in. It's not moving. It's running. So no issues. As you heard, I think I mentioned in there, this is just regular full metal jacket ammo, 115. Don't know the name brand, but it's not remanufactured. It's just regular over-the-counter ammo, new stock. So that got this bad boy back in the game. So we're in business here. Optic did not move, so we're lined up there. No malfunctions at all. So that was strictly an ammo issue. This bad boy here, optic is, the red dot is dialed in. So we're happy with that. And this bad boy is shooting nice. It is shooting nice. Each time out, it shoots better and better. So next order of business is we wanted to line this bad boy up and see how it felt against the recoil of that 226. So I'll check the dot on this because I think I've had this dot off since I had this out. So I'll check to make sure it's dialed in, but that'll be quick. If it is adjustment, it's minor. So let's jump out, check this out. We'll put some rounds through this bad boy and we'll keep it moving from there. After that, we roll right into the 226 again. Put some rounds through that bad boy. Bounce to the XP Pro. And then next, we put a little speed to it. Once we get some consistent slow and steadies, we know we're dialed in. Ran into some double taps. And then we end up double tapping out with this at the end. So this is going to be footage all out at the range. And we'll run that, and then we'll come back in-house, and we'll actually wrap up. So let's jump back out there. So, let's some more, but drop that. I'm going to run that some more, but I wanted to see how that 6 compares. So we got dot. Well, let's switch this to the regular. There we go. So, haven't shot this in a minute, but I think this dot is still on. But just to check it, let's go top left corner. That boy's pretty bright, but we'll rock with it. Top left. Low. Low. Let's check that up a bit. It's not much, but the clicks here. Let's go back at it. Same upper left. Yeah, you can definitely feel more snap with this compared to that 226. Comp works on there. It's just not as efficient as that 226. And although this has the tungsten infused frame, it still doesn't have the overall weight of that 226. So let's take another mag in that bad boy. So we're going to go back to that 226 because we want to run this bad boy some more. Just to make sure we're on and we don't have any issues. I think we got a bad rep at the gate with the ammo, so we want to show reliability and accuracy so that dot's going to hold steady. Left target, we're going to go upper right small target.
Nothing at all. There's no food or drink in the range. Yeah, I did. I said,
I say she's good. Now, let's hit it with some double taps. Just make sure to take a little speed. We'll stay up top with it. See? Oh yeah. Solid. Rock. All right. So now, let's get some more action on this XP Pro. That's this bad boy. Let's go dead center on this target here. Okay, lay it out. like that. I like that. Looking good. We're looking good. I think we're gonna finish this target off. I'm running some double taps on the Spectre comp. So not looking for accuracy. Just gonna see how it responds. Oh yeah. A little awkward. That's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. All right. So as you can see, the 226, it's not quite at the level of the 2011s, but it definitely still shoots softer than the Spectre comp. And this here, this was my first comp gun, and when I shot this bad boy for the first time, I was shocked. So that was my first experience feeling the effect of a comp, and then it just gets better after that because you just start going more and more. This, I don't know that the comp is doing a whole lot more. I'm sure it's doing a little bit more. It's a double chamber, so it's a little different. But this has the additional weight. So even though this is tungsten infused, it's still not carrying the weight of this all steel unit. So I think the additional weight on here is helping to mitigate a little more of that recoil. And I think the comp is doing a little more on it, that integrated dual chamber there. I think that's doing a little bit more. But content with the way this bad boy ran. You can see the double taps were snapping, coming right back to zero. And on here as well, the double taps on this bad boy at the very end ran well, popping right back to zero. I don't know what that last round was when this bad boy just kind of froze. I don't know if it was the gun freezing or it was me with trigger freeze, but that last round was a little awkward. But for the most part, very happy. Definitely redemption for this bad boy. It is on track as I thought it would be. Ammo can make a world of difference. You know, it did the same thing with the Kimber. And when you got the same thing happening on two different firearms, you kind of lean towards ammo. But both of them were new. So, you know, you take the necessary precautions and kind of just check everything out. But this here is a straight up rock star. This bad boy is not ported. It's not comped. But it runs. The recoil is extremely manageable. And it's light. And the trigger on this bad boy, I got the adjustment just to where I want it. So definitely happy with that. So the trigger on here, that should take up right there. Nice break. Reset. Yeah, so very happy with that. Trigger on the 226, if you didn't catch the initial video, this bad boy breaks around 2.5. So really nice trigger. So got a little take up there. It's going to break at the 90 degree. Bam. Reset. Wow. So nice trigger there. And then the Sig 226, typical Sig trigger. So it just is what it is. So it's okay, but it's nothing to write home about. A little bit of take up. Sponge, thump. Reset, long, sponge, thump. So that is what it is. It shoots much better than it dry fires. Thank goodness. But that's it. Not going to hold you on this bad boy. This was a quickie. I also had with me the Romulus, and I had the Mac 9. So going to do a head-to-head comparison with them. That video maybe dropped midweek, but it's been a lot of talk about those bad boys. Which one is the better of the two? So I just want to run them back to back to kind of decide for myself. Both are modified for me, both comped and ported. Mac 9's got the chunk port. The Romulus has the ports on the Gen 1 as they do, but mine's been opened up just a little bit. And then I got the V10 porting on there. So those bad boys are close. So that's a good comparison. So look out for that video. That's probably going to drop. I'll probably drop that Wednesday, do a midweek drop, and we'll go from there. But that's it. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you got any questions, any comments, just let me know. Check me out on other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Until next time, holla.